honored guests, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Benigno Aquino III.
Thank you. Good day. Please sit down. Right Honorable Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile, Honorable Speaker Feliciano Belmonte Jr., Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa, Senate President Pro Tempore Chingoy Ercioto Estrada, Senate Majority Leader Vicente Soto III, Senate Minority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano, Deputy Speaker Noli Fuentebella, Majority Leader Neptali Gonzales II, Congresswoman Henedina Abad, Congressman Alfredo Marañon III, Secretary Antonino Roman, other distinguished members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, my fellow workers in government, members of the Cabinet, mga minamahal ko pong kababayan, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Our administration was voted into office because our people believed in the promise of change, the promise of being able to walk into a hospital and see a doctor when they or their children need to, the promise of being able to overcome the widespread poverty that has for so long crippled this nation, and the promise that our administration would create in this country a level playing field for people and businesses alike. Today, with the help of our allies in Congress and with the help of those involved in drafting and in getting these measures approved, I am signing and I have signed these bills that will move us not one, but 4 steps closer to fulfilling these promises. I signed the Mandatory Infants and Children Health Immunization Act, which requires that all children under 5 years old be given basic immunization against vaccine-preventable diseases. Specifically, this bill provides for all infants to be given the birth dose of the hepatitis B vaccine within 24 hours of birth. Hepatitis B can be a crippling disease as it can lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer, among others. It is not fair that the vaccine against hepatitis B can only be afforded by a privileged few. We are doing this to give these children and their families more access to health care, which the more privileged among us often take for granted. For this, I want to thank House Representatives Susan Yap and Juna Baya, as well as those of Senators Pia Cayetano and Cheese Escudero. I also signed a bill to extend the lifeline rate for electricity, which lessens the burden of electricity bills on low-income families. The extension of this measure will allow the less fortunate among us to put more of the resources into feeding themselves or into saving enough to pay hospital or medicine bills. In short, extending this lifeline rate allows those shackled by poverty to focus more of their resources into keeping themselves and their families alive, while also giving them access to electricity. So I want to congratulate House Representatives Henedina Abad, Rufus Rodriguez, Ben Evardone, as well as Senators Chis Escudero, Sergio Mena, and the Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile for doing this for our less fortunate countrymen. Fulfilling the promise of eliminating poverty cannot be done in one stroke, and these 2 measures, however seemingly minor they are, will certainly affect the lives of our people. Today, we are also leveling the playing field both on the macro and micro levels. And this is why I also signed an act extending the period of existence of the Joint Congressional Power Commission. This commission was established 10 years ago with the Electric Power Industry Reform Act of 2001, which sought to bring about reforms in the power sector. The JCPC was tasked to make sure that these reforms took place and to foster an environment of healthy competition in the sector. And now, 10 years later, we still find it necessary to have a commission paying sufficient attention to this particular sector and overseeing the continuing reforms. And thus, we similarly find the continued existence of the JCPC necessary. For championing this extension, the Filipino people have House Representatives Noli Fuentebella and Dina Abad and Senator Sergio Mena and Chis Escudero to thank. On the micro level, I signed an act allowing the employment of female night workers, an act which we classified as a priority bill in the last LEDAC. Right now, industries, especially our BPOs, who are hiring women workers to perform night work, are first required to secure an exemption from the Department of Labor and Employment. And the strange thing is that this is not necessary in hiring male workers for the same assignment. We cannot have this type of legal technicality giving rise to sexual discrimination, especially in this day and age. And that is why we have moved as quickly as possible to amend this. The signing of this act is also an economic measure because many women in the BPO sector have been unduly prejudiced by these legal accidents. And we must also do everything we can to protect our position as industry leaders. On behalf of the Filipino people, I would like to extend gratitude to House Representatives Rufus Rodriguez and Emil Ong and Senators Jingo Estrada and Kiko Pangilinan for their diligent public service in drafting this bill. These may be small steps forward, but they embody our intention to stay true to what we promised the Filipino people. We are not satisfied yet, and these bills we are signing today do not mean we can rest. In fact, these bills symbolize the beginning of even more work, even more long nights of discussions and arguments, even more programs and support legislation to be instituted and passed, all for the benefit of our people. These bills are only part of the foundation of the Philippines we want to build. I know these issues are only a few problems out of many, but they serve as reminders of the small road bumps we will undoubtedly encounter as we tread the straight path for the next 5, 10, or even 20 years. Let's face it, today's signing ceremony is not something you will see on the front pages of our newspapers. My signing of these measures will not automatically eradicate poverty and inequality altogether, but in their small ways, these bills make the lives of our citizens better. Today, for me, is just another day in public service, and our country asks of us to put in more of these shifts, to burn the midnight oil a bit more, to do the most we can to fulfill the hopes of our people. So now that these bills have been put into law, let us get back to work. Again, let me thank the entire composition of both chambers of Congress, and especially the hardworking and never tiring floor leaders. Thank you and good day.